Today, we're going to dive into a truly revolutionary idea, one that could completely change how we think about data, technology, and our future. It's a vision that looks past the way we do things now and instead pulls from some of the oldest wisdom on the planet. Let's get into it.
This right here, this is the heart of it all. For as long as we've had big data, we've treated it like oil, something to be dug up, refined, sold, and burned through. This idea completely flips that on its head. Just think about that for a second. Posing the question that way changes absolutely everything. It shifts the entire conversation from extraction to relationship, from profit to responsibility. And this isn't just a nice little metaphor. It's a call for a massive change in how we build our world. So, to really understand why we need this new way of thinking, we've got to look at the mess the old way has made. The whole data as oil thing has these huge, often invisible costs that we're all paying. We think of the cloud as this weightless, magical thing, right? But it's not. It's made of gigantic, very physical buildings right here on Earth. And these data centers are incredibly thirsty. They guzzle millions of gallons of fresh water just to stay cool, and they run on enormous amounts of power, a lot of it from fossil fuels. And when you put the two models side by side, wow, the difference is just staggering. On one side, you have our current data centers with their massive water habit and huge footprint. And on the other, this new idea for a data center in space. Zero water, 100% renewable energy, zero land use. It's not even a fair fight. Okay, so if the old model is fundamentally broken, what's the alternative? Well, this brings us right back to that core idea, data kinship. It's a vision that pulls us away from a mindset of just taking and towards one of care and real stewardship. Let's break this down a bit. Instead of asking, how much money can we make from this data, the question becomes, what are our responsibilities to this data and to the people it comes from? It bakes in concepts like 7 generations thinking, which basically means that any decision you make today should be good for people 7 generations from now. It's about long-term health, not just short-term gain. And this isn't just some abstract, feel-good idea. It's built on a rock-solid, established framework called OCAP program. That stands for Ownership, Control, Access, and Possession. It's a set of principles that makes sure Indigenous communities have total authority and sovereignty over their own data. It makes the whole philosophy a clear, actionable plan. All right, now for the part that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. How do you actually build all of this? How do you create an infrastructure that lives up to these values? Well, the answer, amazingly, isn't on Earth at all. It's above it. Just let that sink in. Zero water. Zero terrestrial footprint. By moving data centers into orbit, you instantly solve 2 of the biggest environmental nightmares of our digital age. It's a total game changer. And the best part is, space itself does all the heavy lifting. The vacuum of space is a perfect, natural, and totally free cooling system. The sun provides nonstop, 100% clean energy, and without being limited by land, you can scale up almost infinitely. It's such an elegant solution to a massive terrestrial problem. But putting these things in space does more than just help the environment. It's also about creating a completely new kind of sovereignty, one that is literally built into the architecture of the system from day one. This is what they call the hard shell. Think of it like this. By putting the data up in orbit, you create a physical separation, a vacuum gap, between that data and all the messy legal and political systems down here on Earth. That physical isolation is what makes it possible to truly enforce principles like OCAP in a way that's basically impossible when your data center sits inside someone else's country. And they've woven this incredible cultural meaning right into the technology. The design of the satellite itself is inspired by the eagle or the thunderbird, a powerful symbol of vision, strength, and protection in many Indigenous cultures. So the data isn't just being stored, it's being watched over. It has a guardian in the sky. Okay, so the vision is beautiful, the tech is genius, but is it viable? Can it actually work in the real world? This next part looks at the tangible results, showing how this model can create massive wins for both Indigenous communities and for smart, forward-thinking investors. This is really the magic of it. The whole model is designed so that profit and purpose aren't fighting each other. They feed each other. Economic success directly fuels cultural preservation and self-determination. It's a win-win, not a trade-off. And for anyone asking about the bottom line, while this number should tell you everything you need to know, we are talking about a market that is projected to be worth almost $40 billion by 2035.
This isn't some tiny niche project. This is the future of data infrastructure. And look at the revenue streams. They're incredibly diverse and robust. We're talking hundreds of millions a year from cutting-edge stuff like AI processing, quantum computing, Earth observation. The whole economic engine is built to be powerful and stable for the long haul.
But honestly, this might be the most important number of all. We're not talking about some small percentage trickling down. The model is built to return over $500 million every single year in dividends that go directly to Indigenous nations. That is economic reconciliation in action.
And the impact is so much bigger than just money. It's about creating thousands of high-tech jobs for Indigenous youth. It's about using this powerful AI to help bring back languages that are at risk. It's about setting a whole new global standard for how technology can actually serve humanity. This creates a legacy that will last for generations. And so we'll leave you with that question. This project, it's not really just about building data centers in space. It's about proving a new way forward is possible. A way where our most advanced technology is guided by our deepest values of kinship and stewardship. And it just makes you wonder, what other huge problems could we solve if we started thinking like this?